In our everyday lives, we come across a lot of products that are well designed and are easy to use and understand. But as you may also know, a large number of products are designed in a weird way. You look at it and wonder, what is this? What does it do? And when you come to know of its functionality, your mind gets blown away. You'll start wondering who would create such an uncomfortable design and why. I mean, most products are designed to make users comfortable and increase productivity, which is the basic purpose. These malfunctioning and poorly designed products do not serve this purpose at all. Let's go through this list and you'll be awed by the large number we've got here. But before we do that, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the like button. Done that? Let's get right into it. When it comes to kids, they can be tricky to handle at times. Well, to help them settle in their car seats, one designer actually printed the Disney princess Cinderella on the car seat. Now, there's nothing wrong with this design as long as you don't try to adjust the headrest. However, once you do, then the stretched neck of Cinderella makes the sight quite uncomfortable. Didn't the designer ever think there may be a need to adjust the headrest later on when the kid grows older and put that into consideration during the design? We can only wonder. We also don't think the kids will enjoy sitting in it that much when the neck is that stretched. The next one on our list is an even bigger design fail, the tissue box with our favourite Spider-Man. I mean, wait, we know Spider-Man as a character made out to be a human form for the real spider, but the one we have been accustomed to doesn't shoot out webs from the anus, as a real spider does. Looking at this packaging design, I think we now know the reason why Stan Lee made some adjustments to that part of the Spider-Man character. This is just so unacceptable. And talking about dealing our superheroes a bad hand with horrible product packaging design, Spider-Man is surely not the only one in this traumatic situation. When Wonder Woman was super famous, a product designer thought, why don't I create scissors and sell them to the superhero fans? While making an imprint of the Wonder Woman on the scissors doesn't sound like a bad idea initially, it becomes evident what a terrible idea it is when the scissors are used. Whenever the scissors are used, the Wonder Woman gets mercilessly ripped into two pieces. Hats off to the great designers who thought of such an uncomfortable idea. Hospitals are scary places for kids. That's why mostly children's wards are decorated to distract them. Children love colourful, attractive decorations and drawings. Now, this looks like an attempt to make a trail for the kids to follow. It actually ended up being something different. It seems as if somebody has been dragging a dead and bleeding body down the corridors of the hospital. It's surely a great distraction, but we don't think it'll calm any kid's nerves. The doctors that suggested this design must be really having a bad day. This sure looks creepy. All the tea lovers out there, this one is especially for you. Do you want to drink a cup of tea made using this strainer? Here's a very good idea, or maybe not. The cuppa seems to be bleeding in the cup after fighting with a predator. I'm sure you'll now have to think twice about what you're drinking. Anything red, including strawberry and raspberry, is totally out of the question. Using public toilets is already uncomfortable, but this one will make you even more upset. When you look at it, in one glance it looks like a normal restroom. But what's that behind this door? Well, that's a hidden urinal. It's for people who are very shy and want to hide. Or could it be something even more secret hidden in the restroom that we're not aware of? Whatever it may be, it sure is uncomfortable and a good example of a bad design. I'm sure you've come across a product that's been packaged in the wrong way, like this banana. While some things are overly packed, others are underpacked. Look at those eggs. They're being sold raw in a plastic bag. I mean, who in their right mind would put their hands inside this magical pouch to grab an egg? Grocery stores usually use minimum packaging for their self-made products to save the design cost and leave it on the customer to pick and choose products. But sometimes having too much minimum packaging cost can lead to a bigger problem. Looking at these two bottles, imagine killing people by accidentally getting hold of the wrong bottle. Even while using these, we would suggest reading the label 1,000 times before putting it in. Can you imagine using these stairs? Naturally, most people don't really enjoy using the stairs, and when we manage to, it takes almost 5 to 10 minutes to bring our heartbeat back to normal. Now, look at this design. I think this design joke is not at all a good idea. The start and end of the stairs are not at all visible. Everyone would prefer the elevator over these stairs unless there's something really significant you want to achieve by using them. Talking of elevators, this one has doors that open right into each other. So if the last person left the door open behind them, you'd have to put your finger in the gap to open it. This is the worst design I've seen so far. It's even uncomfortable to see it on the screen. I can't even imagine doing it. How many of you are thinking it's better to climb those zebra stairs than use this horrifying elevator? While there are many dolls that you might have seen in your lifetime, you'd agree some are very scary while others are beautiful. This doll is an example of an awful design. It's difficult to read the designer's mind. No one would give a child a razor, so what's the point of creating this thing anyway? It was made in 1995 by Polish artist Zbigniew Libra as part of a series that would challenge stereotypes. Are you proud of the appearance of your bathroom? Then have a look at this one. The brown stones look like someone's poopies or tangled hairs. Using this basin would have been the most uncomfortable experience ever. Whoever designed this basin might have designed women's clothes too. You'll agree when you see this dress and the floral print at the bottom. Are these flowers the marks of a bathroom accident? Not sure. Should we ask her? Another golden example of poorly designed prints is this soccer ball. Did they try to put these pentagons in the white ones? It doesn't seem like it. They're of the wrong size and the wrong direction. Looking at it makes us wonder how this passed quality control. But then again, I guess there would have been no quality control to produce such an amazing flop design. Have you seen one of those Swiss Army knives having multiple tools, knives, saws, corkscrews and bottle openers? It's like a multifunctional all-in-one tool in your pocket. Now be ready to see this one. It has 87 implements and all the tools known to mankind. However, there's a slight problem. This huge thing doesn't look handy anymore. Try keeping it in your pocket and be prepared for all the injury it could cause you. These designers tried to make a cup stand out and look different, so they created ears on top of these cute cups. They do look cute. The only problem is that the cup will now poke your eyes with every sip. By the time you finish your coffee, your eyes will be finished too. So be careful and never think of drinking the whole cup of coffee anymore. I believe you want to keep your eyes, right? Now look at this one. Some might call it an innovation, but for me, it's just not an option. I cannot even imagine drinking without the good old handle. This was designed to make you feel as if someone was holding your hand while you held the cup. The idea is not practical because hot beverages will burn your hands out. The creepiest coffee cup was designed by Zhang Wusak. This cup has a lip-shaped lid. Every time you drink from this cup, you feel like having coffee-flavoured warm kisses. Sometimes we stand for too long and then all we want to do is just sit. Be careful though, you don't accidentally land on one of these. This is a chair with pencils on the back and arms. Why would anyone design this chair? It was made by sadist Kristen Schultz, who made these kinds of sculptures out of writing implements. Thankfully, our chairs don't have these on them. She also made a whole set to go with this chair. Wait till you see it. You'll be stunned to see these. Would you sit on this chair or lean on the table? Can you imagine opening this briefcase? I guess my answer would be, thank you, I'm better off without it. I thought the pencil chair would be the most horrible one until I saw this one that has 1,000 nails hammered into every inch of it. I'm sure this would have been a part of a campaign too. Otherwise, who in their right mind would design something for sitting that looks so excruciating? See if you can digest this one. It's a sofa with cactus all over it. This one was designed for an advertisement. It had a tagline, "Relax if you can," which was meant to point at a heart-racing action and reality program. I don't think anyone can imagine watching a TV show while sitting on this thing. I mean, don't even want to call it a sofa. You might have experienced using a public washroom in which the tissue roll was not reachable. It is no doubt the worst example of a bad design. One of the designers tried to solve the problem by making this toilet seat where the tissue roll is now between your legs. What? No doubt it solved the problem, but somehow this doesn't feel very comfortable. Whenever you would open the seat, the tissue would drip in the water below. This is surely not a solution, but a design failure. One of the biggest toilet failures can be seen here. The designer has used a glass partition to give people some privacy. The glass does hide some of it, but it cannot obscure the details. I mean, one can clearly see others sitting on the toilet. The purpose of privacy is almost lost. If you think the toilet paper design was bad enough, then savour this one. A cheese-grating toilet paper. Is this thing for real? Thankfully, it's not. It's just photoshopped. Imagine reaching out for the toilet paper and instead find this hanging there. That would make sure that you don't clean after using the restroom. Who would even imagine such a horrible design? Unless, of course, you have some severe itching down there. In February, a mother from Pennsylvania bought her daughter a box of Bunchems. They're like Lego blocks with Velcro. They stick together. The packaging of this toy stated, "Keep away from hair." Unfortunately, kids can't read the instructions, so after a few hours, this is what happened. The mother was terrified to see her daughter in this state, but she wasn't the only one. Many people throughout the world face this while using Bunchems. I mean, why did they even create this thing? It's causing so much damage around, far more than what toys could cause. It took the mother of that girl 20 hours to comb her hair after this incident. Like mothers aren't already busy enough? Teddy bears are the basic toys that are most always lovable to kids, like this cute little one here, except that don't dare to take its clothes off. You'll see a horrifying sight of the legs attached directly to its head. They made a teddy without a body? How will you ever answer all the questions kids ask you about what's inside the teddy? The designer must have taken the phrase "legs that go all the way up" too seriously. This terrifying teddy is meant to relax kids at the dentist's office. However, I don't think it serves the purpose. It's horrible, not to mention the fright its grin can cause. With age, it starts to lose its teeth, which makes it even more disgusting. I doubt kids will ever be relaxed by this almost zombie-type teddy bear. Kids who are not scared by this teddy can find more uncomfortable designs at their schools, like these coat hangers. They do look a bit suggestive, and would have been better if they were covered by airplanes, lollipops, cactuses and whatnot. Minions are very popular among kids, so they have their own franchise with all sorts of things with minions on them. This is another bad design. It's a bright yellow bleeding minion. Basically, they're selling a 3-in-1 kids shampoo, but the leaking design makes it very creepy and scary for kids. Now, who doesn't love bananas? Do you think the designer of this slide was eating a banana when he made this? Sure does seem to me that he was. Why on earth did he decide to make the partitions down the slide? I mean, imagine someone moving down and landing on one of these splits with their legs open. The designer was surely trying to punish kids for all the chaos they made at parks. Curvy slides are exciting, but this one is way too exciting. I mean, she almost got hit badly by the curves of this slide. It's not for enjoyment, that's for sure. One of the people who hate kids can design such a pattern on a sweater. They tried to make a safety pin, but the design seems to be suggesting something else. Clearly, the designer didn't plan that to happen, but parents will have to rethink before buying this one. The award for the creepiest design goes to this inflatable slide, which has these red curtains at one end to save kids from falling. What were the designers thinking when they created this? I mean, this is the most disturbing slide I've ever seen. And to add to the misery, it's actually red. Standing ovation to the designers. Another one is this inflatable pizza-themed slide. What were they thinking? I don't even want to know what they had in mind when they actually created this slide, and that too for kids. One of the cartoon characters that we're used to in a fiercely bad design was a kid's favourite, SpongeBob SquarePants. The sight of this chocolate makes me upset. The designer would have used the yellow focusing colour of the SpongeBob, but instead decided to focus on the blue eyes. Another example of a flop design, in my opinion. Chocolate reminds me of another bad design. Remember the kid who found the Christmas chocolate by Willy Wonka? It was supposed to look like Santa Claus, but instead it was actually very suggestive. Human teeth are used for many weird purposes too. Take a look at this necklace and jewellery. Who would wear that? But nothing is compared to the idea of placing these teeth underneath the shoes. As disgusting as it may appear, many big brands adopted this concept. Imagine the sound it'll create on the floors. Some people love the cowboy lifestyle so much they would wear cowboy boots all day long. But what about in summer? In summer, another version of those cowboy boots appears like an excellent example of the worst design ever. It's a cowboy shoe combined with traditional sandals. Not to mention they come in different styles. Like these for a day at the beach, floral flip-flops, and even a pair for the designer-loving ladies. If there were some fashion police, I would have called them by now. Wait, we've got more. Look at these rubber shoes and imagine wearing them out on a rainy day. They were created as part of a collection called The Uncomfortable by architect Caterina Zamperini, who tweaked the fundamental design of each object to make it into something uncomfortable. They try to make people laugh, but some of these designs are actually making me want to cry. I mean, look at this cooking pot. How on earth will you ever use it? You'll starve to death waiting for the ingredients to flow out. This thick fork has an uncomfortable sight too. Thankfully, they're all visualizations and not real objects. Metal worker and print enthusiast Derek Romer brought the thick fork to life back in 2020. And then I guess we don't only have COVID to worry about. How can anyone eat with this fork? Is it even usable? I guess not. Maybe it can be used as a spoon for soup, but then again it might destroy the bowl as well. Try using this cutlery created by Japanese jewelry designer Maki Okamoto. It's a fork that was made out of recycled antiques. It was designed as part of an art collection. There are also other cutlery items with these forks that were made to encourage people to eat slowly. I might not eat at all if I had to use one of these. Another strange cutlery idea is this spoon that has an edge like a knife. The idea behind it was to use it for grapefruit. Well, that's justified. The worst fruit in the world deserved the worst utensil to eat it. I'd prefer to stay hungry than to use this one. Another weird crazy thing is this Japanese face slimmer exercise mouthpiece. It'll surely give you good exercise, but it'll leave you in pain, making it not worth using it. So, what do you think about our list? Comment down below and let us know which of these you found the most uncomfortable. If you enjoyed watching the video, please remember to like and share the video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on the notification bell to stay updated. Thanks for watching.